gas and land. Woo. There we go, boys. Shrimp fried rice for dinner tonight. Let me know who's pulling up, man. Are we out here, you know? Yeah. How hard is it to be a hazmat driver? Bro, I went through a lot of stuff. I think that's the hardest I've worked since I've been here at VL, no lie. You know what I mean? Is it worth it going through all the struggles and the hassle and being a target for the DOT? I mean, you're a target for the DOT regardless if you're a truck driver or not. But you know, you're more of a target when you're doing hazmat freight, you know what I mean? If the DOT officer is having a bad day and they're looking for somebody to give an inspection, you best believe if they had a choice, it's going to be the hazmat driver. But my question to you guys is, do you guys think that it's like worth it? You know what I mean? Being a hazmat driver and some of the things that you basically go through as a hazmat driver. I mean, as a truck driver in general, you face... sometimes you get disrespected by shippers and receivers. Sometimes people give you attitude, they act like stuff is your fault, all that stuff, you know what I mean? I went through a really tough time last night. I'm up here in Colorado. I'm actually back in Nebraska right now, but I went through a really tough time last night going through it with shippers and receivers. I have a few clips of what basically happened, so I'm going to share them with you guys and let you guys see, and let me know in the comment section what you guys think. How would you guys would approach some of this stuff? You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys really think that hazmat is worth it. Because I'm still fairly new to hazmat, because this is my first hazmat driving job, to be honest. I'm gonna tell you guys what I think about it, like, you know, in the basically to the end. But I'm gonna show you guys, you know, what I went through last night. What it was like. Also, real quick before I go into the video, I know a female here at VL right now. She's leasing and she's actually looking for a teammate, but she wants a female. She rather a female to be on her truck, and the female gotta have experience, and preferably if you live close to somewhere like Virginia or so, you know what I mean? So if anybody is out there that has experience, if any female is out there that has experience, that's looking to team drive here at VL with another female, drop it in the comment section. So you know, she's a subscriber of mine, so she will see it, or you can just send me an email and I'll link you guys up. You know what I mean? Also, thank you guys very much for subscribing to the channel, man. I really appreciate that. As you guys can see right now, I'm on my break and I'm making dinner. I'm gonna make some fried rice, so let me know if any of you guys are pulling up too, bro. I got an extra plate for y'all, and I'm gonna drop some of the clips right here and I'm gonna check back right in. Let me know who's pulling up, boys. Let me know. Shrimp fried rice, you know. Saying it ain't finished yet, but it's almost there. Almost. See, this one thing about VL, you go to some small ass shippers and some different kinds of shippers. Now I'm at this place and I have a few pallets. I have one more stop behind this. So they're finna put a pallet jack inside and then take it from right here and get it unloaded. Now they're trying to tell me that they're not allowed to touch the freight. They're not allowed to go up in the trailer. I'm like, I'm not allowed to unload the trailer. So y'all need to figure out how y'all finna do this, because I ain't got no problem helping you push 2 totes, but they're trying to tell me I'm supposed to use the pallet jack, go up in there and get it unloaded. Sorry to say, boys, y'all gonna learn today, because I ain't doing that. Trailer, you know, you're probably gonna have a difficult time sometimes picking up and delivering some of these loads, because most times when you get a hazmat load, you gotta hop up in there, you gotta strap your load down, or you gotta use your load bars and secure your load, you know what I mean?
Turn right, then turn right onto Angus Avenue.
Because if you don't do that and you get pulled over by the DOT, you know, that's a ticket if your load is not properly secured. You know what I mean? Now, basically what happened with this load, I have 3 stops on there. I went to the first stop.
Turn right onto Angus Avenue.
Went to the first stop. When I got there, I got some totes inside the truck. And they don't have a dock.
In 900 feet, turn left onto right-of-way road.
So they don't have a dock. So I basically they have to put a pallet jack inside and haul the totes to the front of the trailer and then use the forklift from the ground and get it unloaded. Now, when I went to the first stop, the guy was basically...
At the stop sign, turn left onto right-of-way road.
I seen the guy was doing it and he was literally struggling because the totes are so heavy. So I said to him, you want me to give you a hand to help you, because you got to haul it to the front, you got to spin it around, and then you got to hop back in the forklift to get it offloaded. So I seen that he couldn't do it by himself, so I offered a hand and I helped him out. Now, this receiver that
In 1 mile, turn left onto East Chestnut Street.
This receiver that I went to, these guys come out and they try to tell me that it's the same procedure. They got to use the pallet jack to get it off and all that stuff. They try to now tell me that they're not allowed to go inside the trailer. So I'm like, y'all not allowed to go inside. I'm not allowed to unload freight. I'm not supposed to be touching the freight. I'm allowed to secure the freight, but I don't get paid to unload freight, bro. Like, I'll help you guys because I seen that one person can't do it. You know what I mean? I seen that for myself from the previous place. They're like, okay, they're gonna talk to their manager and see what's going on. So I was like, okay, do what you gotta do. They come back out, they say, nah, it's against company policy. They're not allowed up in the side of the trailer, so they can't do it. So I'm like, bro, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but y'all gotta do something, because I got one more stop and I can't afford to like get my week messed up because, you know, because of this. So they came up with a plan. They said they were gonna try to find a chain and strap it on the totes, and they used the forklift to pull the totes forward. So they went inside again for about 5 minutes. They came back out. I guess they didn't find the chain. The guy finally decided to hop.
In half a mile, turn left onto East Chestnut Street.
The guy finally decided to head up inside here, put the pallet jack inside and started to jack them up and started. So I just helped him. You know what I mean? It's a good little exercise because them things are heavy. I mean, it's both of us and we're struggling to spin the pallet, spin the totes around because it's so damn heavy. Oh, the hell, that's one thing. I was like, even if I decided to like go up in there and do it myself just to get unloaded, like me myself, I can't do it by myself. I can't. It's not something for one person to do because the totes are so heavy. So like, y'all not supposed to be up in there. I'm not supposed to be touching the freight, but I'm willing to help. So, you know what I mean? Like, let's do this thing half and half because I'm not supposed to be touching the freight. You're not supposed to be unloaded. So I'm willing to help. So, you know what I mean? Let's do this thing half and half and get it out of the way. You know?
Turn left onto East Chestnut Street.
That's one thing about this job, man. And it's not the first place that I've been to where I've had a similar situation like this, you know what I mean? But I'm going to head on to the final, which is about an hour drive, and then I'll see basically how that goes, because it's the same company basically, it's just different location.
In 1.9 miles, turn right onto SH61.
So I'll check back in when I get to the other receiver. No, this guy decides that he's not coming up in the trailer. It's the same policy. They're not insured to do it, so I have to hop up inside here, strap that thing on there, strap it to the forklift, and pull it forward Crazy thing is that this is the final stop, and this one got the most totes. All the other stops were like four or three totes. This one got a total of about 9. You know what I mean? So this kind of got to go right here. This shit real dangerous too, dog. That shit's hydro acid. So I got off of it here, strapped up, and then you gotta pull down this thing coming on the inside the train. So what basically ended up happening was when I got to that final, it was an older dude, and the guy really had an attitude. He came out, opened the doors, and he's like, "Oh, man, the pallets are all the way in the back. The totes are all the way in the back." So I was like, "Yeah." The other guys use a pallet jack to get it. So he went inside, got a pallet jack on the forklift, put it up inside the truck. Then he's just sitting there. So I'm like, "You're not gonna do it?" He's like, "Nah, you're gonna do it." So I'm like, "Me? I'm not doing it." Then, you know, we went there back and forth. He caught an attitude. Then he hopped up in his forklift and he drove off. Then I was like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "I'm going to talk to my boss." So then he comes back out and he brings this wire, as you could see, this cable. And then he's like, "Why did you let me go get the pallet jack?" So I'm like, "That's what the other guys used." And I was explaining to him that even if I could go inside there, because I still had this load that I'm on to pick up right now, and time was going, so I just really wanted to get it out of the way. I was like, even if I could do it by myself, even if I agreed to do it, it's not something that I can do by myself. The totes are just way too heavy for one person to do it, because I watched the first guy doing it, and he literally couldn't do it by himself, and we were both struggling just to get them turned inside there. So to the end, I ended up having to hop up inside the trailer, strap the cable around the totes, then he had to pull it forward. And like I said, we had 9 totes. The first stop took 28 minutes, the second one took 32 minutes. This one took us 2 hours to get all those totes off the truck. Immediately when I got the last one off the truck and I hopped out, he hopped out the forklift and he came over to me and he shook my hand and he said, "Hey man, I want to apologize for the way I talked to you. You know, for the way I talked to you when you just came here. I really want to apologize." And I think that's when he realized that, you know, he technically couldn't have done it without me, and I technically couldn't have done it without him. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm telling you guys, like, some of the disrespect that you go through with shippers and receivers, because they act like it's your fault, or, you know what I mean? I don't bring around a pallet jack. I don't get paid to touch the freight or whatever, you know what I mean? But I'll do whatever it takes just to get the job done. And you know, it was a risky move, because like I said, it was some chemicals, and which brings me back to the point, which is why it's very important to have like insurance and all that stuff, because I'm doing it and I'm very skeptic. I'm like, I hope nothing doesn't go wrong, like there's no spill or anything while this is being done, or this cable don't snap, because I could get hurt in between, you know what I mean? And if you guys know, with a 1099 job, you ain't getting no workers' compensation. So, you know, it's just like, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into it. But thankfully, I got the whole thing done, and I'm still able to make it to my other pickup. By the time I got there, my shift was done. But yeah, it's just a technical thing. Sometimes it gets really rough out there sometimes with shippers and receivers and how people deal with you, you know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think, if it's worth the whole hassle. I personally, you know what I mean, from what I'm seeing, I personally think it's somewhat worth it, you know what I mean? For the struggle that I've been going, well, not even a struggle, but for some of the the difficulties that you face sometime with the hazmat loads, you know what I mean? If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you very much again for watching. I have another interesting video that I'm gonna drop very soon, and thank you guys very much for all subscribing. Thank you guys very much again for liking and commenting and share. I'll see you guys in the next video.